There is a quiet voice inside you that always knows the right path. It speaks softly, without hesitation, without doubt. It is the first thought that comes before fear creeps in, before overthinking takes over. It is your first instinct, your inner wisdom guiding you toward what is best. But how often do you listen to it? Most people have been trained to doubt their instincts. They have been told to think logically, to seek advice, to analyze every decision from every possible angle. They believe that the more they think, the better their choices will be. But overthinking does not bring clarity. It creates confusion. It turns a simple choice into a heavy burden. Your first instinct, that immediate knowing, is not random. It is the result of everything you have learned, experienced, and felt. It is your mind, body, and soul working together to guide you toward what is right. You do not need endless facts or outside opinions to confirm it. You simply need to trust that you already have the answer. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt something was off? Or met someone and immediately sensed their energy, whether good or bad? That is your intuition speaking. That is your first instinct warning or encouraging you. It is not something magical or out of reach. It is something natural, something always present. The more you listen to it, the stronger it becomes. The problem is, many people ignore this voice. They hear it, but then they start questioning it. They wonder if they are overreacting. They tell themselves they need more time, more information, more reassurance. But every time they do this, they move further away from their truth. They allow doubt to creep in, and doubt is what leads to hesitation, regret, and missed opportunities. The good news is you can strengthen your ability to trust yourself. You can learn to recognize when your first instinct is speaking and choose to listen instead of questioning. And when you do, life becomes easier. You stop second-guessing every decision. You stop feeling lost or stuck. You move with confidence, knowing that you are always being guided toward what is best for you. If you have ever felt like life is too complicated, like choices are too overwhelming, like you don't know what to do, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and remember, the answer is already inside you. It is the first thought before fear speaks, the first feeling before doubt takes over. Trust it. Trust yourself. Overthinking is a habit that drains energy and creates unnecessary stress. It makes simple choices feel overwhelming. It takes away the joy of life and replaces it with worry and fear. And yet, many people believe that overthinking is the key to making the right decisions. They believe that if they analyze something long enough, they will be able to control the outcome. But the truth is, overthinking does not lead to better decisions. It leads to missed opportunities. While you are sitting there trying to decide what to do, life is moving forward without you. Doors are opening and closing. Chances are passing by. And all because you are too afraid to trust yourself. Think about a time when you hesitated to make a decision. Maybe you wanted to say yes to something, but you talked yourself out of it. Maybe you had a feeling about a person, but you ignored it and later regretted it. Overthinking convinces you that you need more time, more proof, more certainty. But in reality, all it does is delay what is already meant for you. The mind loves to create scenarios. It loves to imagine all the things that could go wrong. It plays out different possibilities, making you feel like you need to prepare for every single one. But this kind of thinking does not prepare you. It paralyzes you. It keeps you stuck in the same place, afraid to move forward. When you trust your first instinct, you free yourself from this mental prison. You stop needing endless validation. You stop doubting your choices. You realize that you do not need to control every outcome. You only need to take the next step and let life flow. There is a deep peace that comes with trust, a lightness that replaces worry. Instead of stressing over every detail, you allow life to unfold naturally. Instead of forcing things to happen, you let them come to you. And when they do, you realize that the universe had a plan all along. The key is to let go of the belief that thinking more equals better results. Instead, focus on feeling more. Pay attention to how something makes you feel in the moment. If it excites you, if it brings you a sense of peace, if it feels right, trust that. Trust that your first instinct is not random. It is your inner compass, always pointing you in the right direction. Overthinking is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. The more you practice trusting yourself, the easier it becomes. And as you let go of doubt, you will notice something incredible. Life becomes easier. Decisions are no longer stressful. Choices feel natural. Everything flows. It all starts with one choice: to stop overthinking and start trusting. To believe that life is not something you need to control, but something you need to flow with. And once you make that shift, you will never want to go back. Life is not supposed to be hard. It is not supposed to be a constant struggle filled with stress and uncertainty. Life is meant to be flowed with, not fought against. And the secret to making life easier is simple. Trust yourself. When you trust yourself, you stop creating unnecessary obstacles. You stop making everything feel like a challenge. You stop waiting for permission to go after what you want. Instead, you move forward with confidence, knowing that you are always being guided. Think about the moments in your life when things felt effortless. Maybe it was a decision that just felt right. Maybe it was an opportunity that appeared at the perfect time. Maybe it was a situation where everything just fell into place. That was not luck. That was alignment. That was you trusting yourself, trusting life, and allowing things to unfold as they should. When you doubt yourself, life feels heavy. Every decision feels like a burden. Every step feels uncertain. You constantly wonder if you are making the right choice, if you should wait, if you should do something different. And the more you doubt, the more stuck you feel. But the moment you start trusting yourself, everything shifts. You begin to notice that life is not against you. It is working with you. It is always guiding you toward the best possible outcome. The only thing that ever blocks that flow is your own hesitation. Trusting yourself does not mean you will never make mistakes. It does not mean that every decision will lead to immediate success. But it does mean that even when things do not go as planned, you will be okay. You will learn, you will grow, and you will always find your way. Life rewards trust. The more you believe in yourself, the more the universe reflects that belief back to you. You start attracting the right people, the right opportunities, the right experiences. You start feeling lighter, freer, and more at peace with where you are. It is time to let go of the habit of questioning everything. It is time to stop waiting for signs, for validation, for certainty. The truth is, you already have everything you need inside you. You already have the answers. You already have the wisdom. You just need to trust it. When you do, life opens up in ways you never imagined. The struggle disappears, the stress fades, and you finally experience the ease and flow that were meant for you all along. You are never alone. No matter where you are in life, no matter how lost you feel, there is always something greater guiding you. Life is always speaking to you, sending you signs, nudging you in the right direction. But the question is, are you paying attention? Most people are so busy worrying about the future or regretting the past that they miss the guidance that is right in front of them. They keep searching for answers, not realizing that the answers are already there, waiting to be heard. Your first instinct, that quiet inner voice, is one of the ways the universe speaks to you. It is not just a random thought, it is divine wisdom coming through you. Think about all the times in your life when things worked out perfectly, even when you didn't know how they would. The times when you made a decision based on a feeling and later realized it was the best choice. That was not a coincidence. That was the universe guiding you. The universe does not shout. It does not force. It whispers. It gently nudges you toward what is best. But if you are too busy doubting, overthinking, or ignoring your instincts, you may not hear it. The more you learn to listen, the clearer the messages become. Signs come in many forms. Sometimes they come through thoughts and feelings. Sometimes they come through repeated patterns, symbols, or unexpected opportunities. The key is to remain open. Instead of saying, "I don't know what to do," ask, "What is life trying to show me?" Instead of stressing over a decision, trust that the right path will reveal itself. The universe is always leading you toward the best possible outcome. It may not always look the way you expect, and it may not always happen in the timing you prefer, but it is always for your highest good. The more you trust in this, the more at peace you will feel. There is no need to force things, no need to struggle, no need to live in constant worry. When you trust in the guidance that is always available to you, life becomes so much easier. The right opportunities find you. The right people come into your life. The right doors open at the right time. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. You just need to listen. You just need to trust. Most people believe they need to control everything in order to be safe. They plan every detail, try to predict every outcome, and hold on tightly to what they think they need. But life does not work that way. The more you try to control, the more resistance you create. The more you hold on, the more stress you bring into your life. True peace comes when you let go, when you stop trying to force things and start allowing them to unfold naturally. Control is an illusion. Nothing is ever fully in our hands. But trust is real. When you trust that life is always guiding you, you don't need to control every detail. You can relax. You can breathe. You can let life flow. Think about a time when you tried to force something to happen. Maybe you wanted a certain job, a certain relationship, or a certain outcome, and you held on so tightly that it only caused stress and disappointment. And then think about a time when you let go, when you stopped worrying, when you allowed things to happen naturally, and somehow everything worked out even better than you expected. That is the power of flow. Life flows when you trust, when you stop pushing and start allowing, when you let go of fear and embrace the unknown, when you stop resisting and start receiving. The truth is, life knows exactly what you need, and it will always bring it to you at the perfect time. Your job is not to control the process. Your job is to stay open, to listen, and to trust. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you take inspired action, but you don't force things that aren't meant for you. You don't try to make something happen out of fear. You move forward with confidence, knowing that if something is right for you, it will come easily. And if it isn't, something better is on its way. Letting go is not weakness. It is strength. It takes courage to trust in the unknown. But when you do, life becomes so much lighter. You no longer carry the weight of worry. You no longer exhaust yourself trying to control what is out of your hands. You move with ease, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Say to yourself, I release control. I allow life to flow. I trust that everything is working out for my highest good. And as you say these words, feel the weight lift off your shoulders. Feel the peace that comes when you stop resisting and start trusting. Fear is the biggest reason people ignore their first instinct. It is the voice that whispers, what if you're wrong? What if you fail? What if this doesn't work out? It makes you second guess yourself. It keeps you stuck in hesitation and doubt. But fear is not truth. Fear is a habit, a pattern of thinking that convinces you that you are not safe unless you have all the answers. It makes you believe that you need to wait, to worry, to be certain before making a move. But life does not work that way. Your first instinct comes from a place of wisdom. It comes from your deepest knowing. Fear, on the other hand, comes from your past experiences, from the opinions of others, from all the what-ifs that play in your mind. Fear is based on stories that you have been told, stories that you have believed, but stories that are not real. Think about all the times in your life when fear stopped you, the times when you wanted to take a chance, but you hesitated, the times when you had a feeling about something, but you ignored it because you were afraid of being wrong. And now, looking back, you can see that your first instinct was right all along. This is what fear does. It keeps you from trusting yourself. It keeps you from stepping into the life that is waiting for you. It convinces you that you need more proof, more time, more reassurance. But the truth is, the only way to move forward is to act despite fear. To feel afraid and choose to trust yourself anyway. Fear does not go away by waiting. It does not disappear by overthinking. The only way to overcome fear is to move through it, to take action even when your mind is full of doubt, to prove to yourself that you are stronger than the fear that tries to hold you back. Fear may always be there, whispering in the background, but you do not have to listen. You do not have to let it control your choices. You can acknowledge it, but you can choose not to obey it. Say to yourself, I release fear. I trust myself. I am always guided toward what is best for me. And the more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. The more you trust yourself, the quieter fear becomes. And one day, you will realize that fear no longer controls you. you will realize that you are free. Trust in your first instinct. Trust in your ability to make decisions. Trust that no matter what happens, you will be okay. Because you will. You always will. Everything in life is energy. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you move through the world, all of it carries energy. When you doubt yourself, when you question your every decision, you send out the energy of uncertainty. And uncertainty attracts more confusion, more obstacles, more hesitation. But when you trust yourself, when you move with confidence, you send out the energy of certainty. And certainty attracts clarity. It attracts ease. It attracts solutions that come effortlessly. The more you trust, the more life flows. Think about the people in your life who always seem to have things fall into place for them. They don't struggle. They don't hesitate. They seem to make decisions effortlessly, and everything just works out. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's energy. They trust themselves, and that trust creates a ripple effect. You can do the same. The key is to practice trust in small ways every day. Start by listening to your instincts on simple things. What do you feel like eating? What music do you want to listen to? What route do you want to take home? Every time you follow your inner voice, you strengthen it. You build a connection to your own wisdom. Then, take it further. When you have a big decision to make, pause. Instead of overthinking, sit with it. Notice how your body reacts. Notice the first thought that comes. That is your truth. That is your inner guidance speaking. The more you listen, the louder it becomes. Trust is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And as you strengthen your ability to trust yourself, you will notice something incredible. Life starts working with you instead of against you. Decisions feel lighter. Paths become clearer. Everything begins to flow. The universe always supports those who trust. The moment you stop doubting and start believing, life opens up in ways you never imagined. One of the biggest blocks to trusting yourself is the habit of looking for approval from others. So many people make decisions based on what their friends think, what their family expects, what society tells them is right. They ignore their own feelings and instead wait for permission to follow their own path. But the truth is, you do not need permission to live your life. You do not need validation from anyone to trust yourself. The answers you are looking for will never come from outside you. They will always come from within. Every time you ask someone else what you should do, you weaken your connection to your own wisdom. You train yourself to believe that you are not capable of making decisions on your own. But you are. You always have been. You just need to break the habit of looking outside yourself for answers. No one else can feel what you feel. No one else can hear the whispers that are meant for you. What is right for them may not be right for you. What makes sense to them may not be your truth. This is why trusting yourself is so important. The more you rely on yourself, the more empowered you become. You stop hesitating. You stop doubting. You stop seeking approval because you know deep inside that you are enough. You are capable. You are wise. You already have everything you need to make the best decisions for your life. And the moment you fully believe that, you become unstoppable. Affirmations are one of the most powerful ways to rewire your mind. They replace old patterns of doubt with new patterns of trust. They shift your energy and help you create a mindset where confidence and ease become natural. The key to making affirmations work is feeling them. Don't just say the words, believe them. Let them sink into your heart. Let them become your new truth. Repeat these affirmations daily. I trust my inner wisdom completely. I listen to my first instinct, and it always leads me in the right direction. I allow life to flow effortlessly through me. I no longer overthink. I trust and I let go. I am always guided to the best possible outcome. Every time you say these affirmations, you are planting seeds of trust in your mind. And as you continue to nourish them with belief, they will grow into an unshakable confidence in yourself. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And before you know it, trusting yourself will feel as easy as breathing. Life was never meant to be a struggle. It was never meant to be a battle of endless overthinking, constant self-doubt, and fear of making the wrong choice. Life is meant to be flowed with, not forced against. When you trust yourself, everything shifts. You no longer feel lost. You no longer hesitate. You no longer wait for someone else to tell you what to do. You move with certainty, with ease, with a deep knowing that you are always being guided. This does not mean life will be perfect. It does not mean you will never face challenges. But it does mean that even in uncertainty, you will feel safe. Even in moments of change, you will feel supported. Because you will know deep inside that no matter what happens, you will always find your way. Let go of doubt. Let go of fear. Let go of the need to control everything. Instead, choose trust. Choose to believe in yourself. Choose to move through life with an open heart, allowing things to unfold in the perfect way at the perfect time. And when you do, life will reward you. The right doors will open, the right people will appear, the right opportunities will come at the right time. Because trust is not just a mindset, it is a way of being. Say to yourself, I trust, I allow, I flow, and then watch as life transforms before your eyes.